Yeah, what's up, YouTube? It's Tino Fest, 1989. I'm back. Do a Raw review. Yup, Monday Night Raw review, but I ain't gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do a Super Bowl 44 review between the New Orleans Saints and the Indianapolis Colts. Peyton Manning versus Drew Brees. Well, you know I'm going for New Orleans Saints. But this is going to be a tough game between those two teams. Because Peyton Manning put up big numbers. And this is his fourth MVP award. While Drew Brees barely threw interceptions. Well, he threw some, but this year he barely threw a lot, Drew Brees. We have who they have: Marcus Colston, Robert Meacham, Reggie Bush, Pierre Thomas, Darren Sharper, Tracy Porter, Will Smith. They have Randall Gay, and the rest of the JV, Jonathan Vilma from the U, and Jeremy Shockey, Jay Shock, tight end. Yep, Jeremy Shockey. We know he won a ring in the Super Bowl with the New York Giants 2 years ago against the New England Patriots. And the Patriots, they got their ass whooped by the Giants, but I ain't gonna lie, that was luck. But Jeremy Shockey wasn't there. He was sidelines watching the game, but he won a ring. But Jeremy Shockey, this time he's gonna play in the Super Bowl without injury. Jeremy Shockey's gonna play in the Super Bowl. That helps. That helps out a lot in the tight end position, especially for the Saints offense. Jeremy Shockey, is like the old Madden games. It says, tight ends are your pacifiers. It's like your pacifier. And Jeremy Shockey, you gotta put some big numbers. Reggie Bush, you gotta be careful, man, because Reggie Bush always getting he got fumbled, so you gotta calm down and look at the ball. Look at the defender. Reggie Bush. I know anybody make mistakes. Reggie Bush making mistakes. I don't blame the guy. I like Reggie Bush myself. Me as a fan of Reggie Bush, I've been watching him since college. I like Reggie Bush a lot. I like his running game. I'm a big fan of his running game. And Drew Brees, oh my gosh, this guy has been amazing ever since he came to the Saints. He gotten way better. Like, it's not even funny. The Chargers, I still liked him in San Diego, but when he became a New Orleans Saint, this guy, after that shoulder surgery, that guy, his arm got even better than he did in the past few years. Having Drew Brees being that leadership, bringing that Who Dat Nation to the Super Bowl, it takes a lot of guts and a lot of pride to bring the Saints to the Super Bowl, especially in the 8 years that Drew Brees been in the NFL with the San Diego Chargers. The San Diego Chargers choked back in those days. Drew Brees learned a lot from his mistakes, and this time, let's see what's up. Now the Colts. Look at the Colts who they have. Peyton Manning. How you call it? Joseph Adai. The backup. Donald Brown. Jeff Saturday. Who else? Austin Collie. This guy, what's his name? This Haitian dude. Pierre Garçon. Reggie Wayne, that's been there for years. Those guys, and Dallas Clark. How can you forget about Dallas Clark? That team, the offense is off the hook offense. Same goes with the Saints. This is going to be the most unpredictable Super Bowl game ever. While I was watching earlier ESPN talking about Barack Obama saying that this is going to be a tough game between the Saints and the Colts. Look, and the defense of the Colts, the secondary, forget it. Gary Brackett, Dwight Freeney. There's a lot of defense, in that Colts, but they only have one player missing, which they'll help him more. Bob Sanders. Boy, that boy could catch that. He could pick off the ball from yard boys, man. I'm telling you. Bob Sanders, he out for the season. They would have still have Bob Sanders in that team. Forget it. The Colts defense will be a lot tougher. Without him, they're tough, but Bob Sanders bring that defense to the level. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, I was saying that, me personally, I like the Saints since, well, Aaron Brooks. I was never a big fan of Aaron Brooks, but I used to like Deuce McAllister and Joe Horn from the New Orleans Saints, and these guys were good. They tried so hard, and Ricky Williams as well. They took them to the playoffs one time in the year 2000, but they lost in the first round of the playoffs. Ever since then, the Saints haven't been in the playoffs since 2000. 6 years later, when Drew Brees arrived to New Orleans and Reggie Bush got drafted and Marcus Colston arrived, that team became a whole new team. And Drew Brees, Drew Brees changed the culture, and even the head coach, Sean Payton, that he started as a head coach with Drew Brees being a quarterback in the New Orleans Saints. Now, I'll tell you right now, I'm going for the Saints because the Saints deserve to win that Super Bowl. Not just because I like the person in the Saints, because the Saints, they show a lot. They work so hard to go that far. Since 2006, they lost against the Bears, and they're gonna learn from that mistake. And the whole Hurricane Katrina relief, the whole a couple years ago, the madness with the whole madness and the disaster of Hurricane Katrina, and the Saints, it'll be great for the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, winning a Super Bowl, at least one ring, make history, they'll be the first to do it in Louisiana, LSU won national championship, the pros, the Saints will be the first one to do it in the pros, and that'll be great for the city of New Orleans, and for the people that are victims from Hurricane Katrina, they'll help the city a lot, and it'll be party on in the Mardi Gras, where the New Orleans Saints and so much partying. There's gonna be a great parade, the Mardi Gras parade, and it's gonna be great to see the Hornets, the Saints, to win a Super Bowl, to make history in Louisiana. The guys, look at the guys they had in New Orleans. They had Archie Manning. They couldn't do it. He couldn't have done it. Peyton Manning's dad. And you know what's funny? The Saints gonna play. Look, the Colts gonna play against his hometown team, and not just his hometown team, his father's team, Archie Manning, which he was a quarterback for the Saints, which he wasn't a great quarterback, but playing for his hometown team, that's like, wow, that's like, well, damn, this is great, It's gonna be interesting to watch. I can't wait to watch that. But like I said, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big Colts fan, but they play good. They're a great team. Indianapolis Colts, Peyton Manning, Joseph Adai, Reggie Wayne, Austin Collie, Pierre Garçon, and Dallas Clark. Peyton Manning made them better. Better wide receiver. If they would have still had Marvin Harrison, they would have done a lot better. But they're still doing better without him. They went almost undefeated. They were 14-0, and until they lost to the Jets in the season and the Buffalo Bills. It was a snowy day since Colts are not good in the snow. So I'm looking forward for this. So the Saints is my prediction and my choice for them to win the Super Bowl, because Drew Brees is and my other prediction, Drew Brees is going to become a Super Bowl MVP. We're going to see that happening here in Miami, where I'm from, Miami, Florida, Super Bowl 44. I can't wait. I'm going to have a party. I'm going to bash a party. You're going to see Super Bowl 44 and the Saints. After the Saints win that Super Bowl, I'm going to do a video on YouTube talking about the Saints just won the Super Bowl. And I'll be glad that the Saints brought a championship to the city of New Orleans. Since I'm from the south of Miami, Florida, it's right close. Florida's close to Louisiana, right next. They're next door neighbors, and that'll be great. The South, dirty South, wins a championship. That'll be great, you know. Of course, I'm gonna go for the South, you know. I'm from the dirty South, from Miami, dog. You know, I like the Dolphins, the Saints, the Falcons, and then the Tennessee Titans. I don't like the Colts. I go Tennessee against Saints, against the Colts. Tennessee Titans, man. All right, guys. This is my quick review, my brief. Who I want for the Super Bowl 44, who I want to win, and I'm looking forward for the Pro Bowl. But I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl in my house with my 42-inch screen TV, big screen TV. I'm gonna have a blast, and I can't wait. All right, guys, take it easy.